Hi guys, and welcome to our WWE Crown Jewel 2022 prediction video. And yes, I am back once again with Callum for the next WWE Premium Live event. And yes, once again, we are going to Saudi Arabia with Crown Jewel. So yes, it's the second Saudi show this year, as we usually get two, don't we? Earlier this year we got Elimination Chamber, which wasn't a particularly great show, let's be honest. But Crown Jewel, looking at this card, it does look pretty good. So yeah, Callum, are you looking forward to Crown Jewel?
I mean, you just said there were 7 matches on the card, but I don't actually know what all 7 matches are. So it'll actually be interesting to hear what all of them are. Just, I'm repping Saudi colours, of course, as the Newcastle United kit for this season. I am wearing a shirt underneath those, so the rest of the Premier League, because we're now in 4th place, need to acknowledge me.
Oh,
Okay, joke over. Back with the belt, like we should be.
oh, okay. I knew you'd bring Newcastle into it, but fair enough. Okay. So yes, we have 7 matches. Let's get to it. Just so you know, I do have a bit of a cough at the minute, so Callum might need to take over at some point, just guys, so I can take a few breaths because I've got a bit of a nasty cough. But I'm shaking it off. I am trying to shake. Okay, so let's start off then with a tag team match for the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships. Yes, so we have the Usos, Jay and Jimmy, defending their belts, going up against the Brawling Brutes, Ridge Holland and Butch. Just please turn him back to Pete Dunne, Triple H. Why is he still Butch? Anyway, so this match has had little to no build. I mean, last night on SmackDown, the Usos were there with Roman, they were cutting a promo with Jey Uso, with Sami Zayn. So it's like, what is this? They're not even trying to build this match. I mean, last because the Brawling Brutes were nowhere to be seen. But it should be a good match, definitely. I really enjoyed Imperium versus the Brawling Brutes, Extreme Rules. So this should be a really good match for them challenging for the belts. I'll go first. It is slightly tricky because like they are teasing something with Jey Uso, like he's growing a bit more. Well, he's starting to challenge Roman. Because he doesn't like Sami Zayn, so they're teasing something with him. Maybe something happens in this match with Jey Uso and like a distraction. But I I I think because this hasn't had enough build, I don't think this is the match where the Usos will drop the tag team belts. So yeah, I'm gonna say Usos retain because I think they need to go into Survivor Series, the Bloodline with the belts. So yeah, I'm gonna say Usos retain. Callum?
I mean, I really don't have anything to lose when it comes to predictions this year because I'm not last, I'm not first, I'm kind of middle of the road. I don't know. I feel like I want to go kind of crazy a little bit. I mean, maybe Sami Zayn costs Jay, or Jay costs the team by focusing too much on Sami, or Roman costs them, or accidentally. I don't know. The bloodline just aren't in the same place at the moment. And Jimmy and Jay, I mean, do they need the tag belts? I mean, when the bloodline were at their peak and they had all the belts and it actually meant something, then fine. But the tag belts haven't really been featured. They've just been around Jimmy and Jay's shoulders, and in fact, they wear them like this. You can't actually see the title; they just hold it behind them.
That's what Roman does.
Well, sometimes, but they're literally just forgetting about the tag belts. And I didn't even know that the match was on tomorrow's next week's card. I'm guessing it must have been put on yesterday. But I mean, the Brawling Brutes and the Bloodline have been having this kind of feud for the last few weeks. You know, Solo Sequoia kind of killed Sheamus last week with the help of some of the other Usos. So, I don't know. I feel like Survivor Series, like you said, though, is going to be Bloodline versus somebody. then I feel like with the last kind of everything at their peak, I feel like I will go for the Usos to retain. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, yeah, I do agree the tag team belts haven't felt as important, but at least they're finally defending them here. And they did have the Usos did have some good matches with the Street Profits.
Yeah, they
Uh,
did earlier.
yeah, at SummerSlam and what was before SummerSlam? I can't remember. Okay, but it was two, but it's back to back. Oh yeah, no,
Hell
I
in the
think
Cell.
one second. Oh, so who've you got there? Who've you got then, dear boy?
Usos. Usos.
Oh, okay. So we're both going with the Usos to retain, heading into Survivor Series. Okay, but it should be a good match. Okay, then next up, let's continue then with a singles match. Yes, we have Braun Strowman going up against Omos with MVP. So, yeah, the whole reason this match is happening, well, Braun Strowman's back and he's like, I'm the monster among men, like what he used to say. But then Omos came out with MVP, and MVP was like, no, you're not, not anymore. Omos is, he's the new monster among men. And there's your feud, there's your match. Yeah, great. Omos is like, I'm bigger than you, Braun. Yeah, great. And they had like a face to face, didn't they? On what was that? And you could see Omos is a lot bigger. I mean, how big is Omos? Let me just. I think he's 7'3". Jesus, and Braun Strowman is 6'8". So yeah, there was quite. Even though Braun's big, Omos is significantly bigger. But yeah, they're still trying to build Omos as this big monster heel, even though he remember earlier this year he lost to Bobby Lashley like twice, so he doesn't feel as big of a deal anymore, even with MVP. Um, and yeah, I think Braun's going to win this pretty straightforward. I mean, Omos might get a few moves in, but and maybe there's like a no contest or a DQ at the end, so that this both guys get protected. But I think Braun hitting a power slam on Omos will look really cool. So yeah, I'm going to say Braun Strowman gets the win because this is his first pay-per-view match back, I believe. So yeah, I don't see him losing. So I'll say Braun Strowman beats Omos. Callum?
Yeah, I think Braun Strowman's actually been booked okay since he came back. He's kind of had a bit of a thing with Chad Gable and Otis now and again, and I think that's about it really. But I mean, Omos since the Bobby Lashley stuff, he's just been beating jobbers. Enhancement, not even enhancement talents, people you bring in to make someone look strong. And I really don't care for Omos. Like, I'm not trying to be rude or anything, but it's just I've never got into him. Whereas Braun came back, and I was like, okay. I feel like you could put Braun Strowman into like a universal picture, like have him come out and challenge Roman tomorrow, and it would make sense because he's Braun Strowman. But if Omos did it, you'd be like, huh? But anyway, though, yeah, I want to go for Braun Strowman because it's like first pay per view back. He probably needs to get that kind of big win, possibly. I mean, it could be that you have it, more than one match, and you have MVP help Omos to win first or something, and then. But yeah, hopefully are kind of one and done, and Braun gets the big win and then moves on to something else.
Okay. Yep. So we're both going with Braun Strowman. Okay. All right. Next up, we have excuse me. So we have a steel cage match. Yes, we have Drew McIntyre going up against Karrion Kross. So yeah, I knew this feud wasn't over after Extreme Rules. Of course, Karrion Kross beat Drew, but with a lot of help from Scarlett with the pepper spray in Drew's eyes. Drew was about to win, wasn't he, with the Claymore? And then Drew's been getting more and more pissed off. Like Karrion Kross was in like this car crash, and then Drew beat up Karrion Kross afterwards. Like, all right, bloody hell, Drew. I get meant to be the face in this feud. Bloody hell, I get you pissed off, but Jesus. And yeah, steel cage match should be fun. And Callum, since I've done the last two, I'll let you start. Who's winning, Drew or Kross?
I mean, I don't even know what the plan's going to be for either of these guys, to be honest. Because I mean, Karrion Cross, his second pay-per-view match against Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre obviously lost at Clash at the Castle and still really has that kind of, Solo Sequoia cost me the match. So, like technically he would deserve another one. I don't think it's over yet after here. I don't think Karrion Cross is going to get the 2 victories over him yet. I feel like inside a steel cage, when Scarlett is less likely to be able to get involved. I mean, I say that in a questionable tone because I'm sure they'll find some kind of way. But yeah, I think Drew McIntyre win this one, and then they'll have like a final one. It can't be a Survivor Series. Actually, I don't know because then there isn't a pay-per-view after Survivor Series until Royal Rumble, unless they finish this feud on a SmackDown. So, would Karrion Cross just outright win the feud? I'm gonna go for Drew McIntyre.
Yeah, this is. Yeah, I'm gonna say Drew as well because the guy needs a win for God's sake. Yeah, I don't want him to lose 3 pay-per-views in a row. So he could certainly do with a win. So yeah, I'm going with Drew McIntyre as well. Yeah, I think Scarlett will still get involved. She might maybe when Drew's trying to escape, she might like shut the door in his face or be like whacking him with something when he's trying to climb out the cage. So maybe there'll be a lot of interference. But at the end, I assume, hopefully, Drew gets the win because he could just do with a win. And if it's not a clean pinfall loss for Cross, is it? Because Drew just escaped the cage first, so it doesn't have to be a pinfall loss. So yeah, Drew McIntyre. Okay, all right. Then moving on, let's have a little look. See, okay, we have a last woman standing match for the WWE Raw Women's Championship. So yes, it's a rematch from Extreme Rules. Yes, we have Bianca Belair defending her belt, going up against Bayley. So yeah, I didn't know this match was happening until I looked at the card. But apparently this match, I'm reading. This is what it says. So on Raw this week, Bayley beat Bianca in a non-title match thanks to a distraction from Nikki Cross. Nikki Cross is back, who returned to her previous persona. But due to this, Bayley earns another title match against Bianca, which is now scheduled for Crown Jewel in a last woman standing match. Okay. When was the last time we had a last woman standing match? It's been a while.
Probably like Charlotte and Ronda or something.
They have a last woman standing match?
I don't know. I think you had Charlotte in the match.
Yes. Since I did the first 2 and you did the last one, Callum, you can start with this one. Who is winning? Is Bianca retaining and beating Bayley once again, or is Bayley winning the belt here?
Well, we all thought that Bayley was going to win the belt back at Extreme Rules in that ladder match, but then Bianca just won clean. So even with the interference from Damage Control as well, Bianca hit mad KOD on that with that ladder that Bayley was holding, and then climbed the ladder. I think, the kind of thing that's being said is that obviously, Alexa and Asuka have been put on the shelf by Damage Control. So I don't know if they could come back here and aid, or it could be. Olivia said she saw Sasha Banks in the ring, like getting ready to fight again or something. So it might be that Naomi and Sasha make their long-awaited return to help Bayley, to help Bianca. Probably not, but I don't know. I feel like it's not as straightforward as what I think it is. Because even Damage Control aren't getting booked the best either. Candice LeRae's beaten Bayley. By roll-up, but I think I'll go for Bayley this time. I went for Bayley last time as well, but I might try Bayley again.
Yeah, this is tricky. I think this is one of the trickiest matches to call because you could say Bianca just wins again, but then do they want Bayley losing back-to-back pay-per-views? I don't know. But would they end Bianca's title reign on a Saudi show? I'm not sure if they will. And then you've got Nikki Cross coming back. Maybe she interferes at the end. and sets up maybe some sort of triple threat or a fatal four way with someone else at Survivor Series. Hmm, this is tricky, but it's a last woman standing match, so it's there's no pinfall.
Unless, of course, they both don't answer the count of 10, then it's going to have to be a draw, isn't it? But
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, that'll be so. Oh, just they both stay down for the 10 count. Um. Oh, I'm gonna say Bailey. Um, I might be wrong because Bailey just did pin Bianca on this week's Raw,
that's
so
true.
she kind of got her win over Bianca there. But yeah, I might be wrong. I think Bianca might be the slight favorite, but I'm gonna go with Bailey. Yeah. Okay. Let's continue then. What's next? Okay, we have a six-man tag team match. Yes, we have the OC. Hey. Yes, we have AJ Styles, Luke Gallows, and Carl Anderson. Great to see them back because they came back a few weeks ago, Gallows and Anderson. Um, versus the Judgment Day, Finn Balor, Damian Priest, Dominic, with Rhea Ripley. So yeah, this has been a feud and a rivalry that's been going on ever since before Extreme Rules, where Finn had that last man standing. Oh no, I quit match with Edge. So and yeah, but now AJ got back up with Gallows and Anderson because he was constantly getting beaten up, and here we go. This has been a pretty fun feud, I think. They've been having like fights and brawls, and Rhea Ripley like body slamming Luke Gallows. That was pretty cool on Raw. And who's going to win this? Who started the last one? Was it me or you, dear boy?
Um, I did, but I've got an answer to the question already. I feel I've got an idea who I think's going to win.
All
But
right.
if you want to go first,
I'll go first instead of do that. Okay. But I'll be quick. Um, I'll be quick. Okay. Actually, I'm still deciding. Sorry, because this one's quite tricky. Callum, who've you got?
fine, I will take over. Um, I just think it has to be the OC.
Hmm.
Because Dominic had a match with AJ last week on Raw, and again, I think it was Rhea got involved. Dominic rolled up AJ.
Hmm.
Finn beat Carl Anderson on this week's Raw. Again, distraction from Rhea and Dominic. I just think like, what's the point in bringing back Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows to just have them lose each week to I'm imagining it's going to have to be Luke Gallows versus Damian Priest next Monday, I would think.
Yeah.
Because they're the only two that to fight yet. But then I don't know, maybe Luke Gallows wins there. But yeah, I just think like the Judgment Day have been on a little bit of a roll, fine. But the OC are obviously were quite a big deal and stuff like that. So I also think that there needs to be like, I think there'll be a female that comes in to help the OC, because I think like Rhea obviously is the kind of the deciding factor really in the Judgment Day, because she always gets involved and like, you know, she can hit the men, but the men can't hit her and everything else. So I'm thinking, I think might have been teased last week that it was like Charlotte or something, but like I think like a woman will join the OC, at least if only for the night, to attack Rhea, and the OC will win.
Okay. Yeah, could be someone from NXT. Maybe they get getting a call up. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, I'm going with the OC too because they could do with a win. The Judgment Day, I don't think would take too much of a loss if they lose this. And poor AJ, I'm sure I've said this before. AJ has not won on a pay-per-view. I think since what was it? I think was it Money in the Bank last year. It's like nearly a year and a half. AJ could. I mean, I know at this point in his career, AJ. I don't think AJ's that bothered. He's probably going to be maybe looking. He's probably in the last few years of his career now. AJ. He's such a goat. Maybe he doesn't care, but I just he could really do with a pay per view win. AJ. He's lost a lot. And I think he deserves maybe one last big push before he maybe retires in a few years. So yeah, I'm gonna say the OC win, and AJ Styles finally gets a pay per view win after over a year. So yeah, with a little help, maybe outside interference to deal with Rhea. So yeah, okay, both going with the OC. Right, what's left? Okay, we have a singles match now. Yes, we have Bobby Lashley going up against Brock Lesnar. Woo-wee! Yes, it's a Royal Rumble rematch. I didn't, and I've got to hail WWE. I did not expect this. So yeah, but on Raw a few weeks ago, Bobby was like mocking about beating Brock at the Royal Rumble. But then Brock came out. So I was like, oh my, OMG! First time we'd seen Brock since his match with Roman at SummerSlam. Yeah, and he F5'd and suplexed Bobby a few times, and then Bobby was injured. Then later on that night, Bobby lost the US title to Seth because of he was pretty banged up from Brock. So thanks to Brock, Bobby lost the US title. So then Bobby was pissed and he declared he wants Brock at Crown Jewel, and here we are. Um, what's the feud? There isn't really one. I guess it's just Brock wants to avenge his loss from the Royal Rumble. They're both big alpha males, so they both want to clash. I guess. But it's Brock and Bobby Lashley. It sells itself. I'm hoping this is better than their match at the Royal Rumble because their match at the Rumble wasn't. It was okay, but I think it was just a bit too short. And then Roman interfering at the end and was a bit helping Bobby win. So yeah, looking for. Hopefully this is better, and I think this is going to be. Excuse me, Callum, take over.
Right.
Who have you got? Oh dear, Bobby or Brock? Who have you got?
So I don't know. It's a weird one. I feel like Brock's taken a lot of consecutive pay-per-view losses. He obviously lost to Roman at WrestleMania. He lost him at SummerSlam. He lost to Bobby at Royal Rumble.
He did win at Elimination Chamber.
Oh, that's true. And he won at day one, of course, to actually win the title. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Bobby Lashley at the moment doesn't really need to be built up to do anything, but neither does Brock, I guess. But that's why it's quite, but I just think since Brock hasn't really won for a while, and Bobby won the last one at the Royal Rumble, I'm going to go for Brock.
Yeah. I'm going with Brock Lesnar as well. Yeah. I just think he could do with a win. Although it's Brock Lesnar, for God's sake, the guy. His back-to-back losses to Roman, SummerSlam and WrestleMania. So give him a win. But it should be a very good match with Bobby, and of course he can also avenge his defeat to Bobby at the Royal Rumble. But this should be a really good match, definitely. I'm hoping it is because like I said, their match at the Royal Rumble was a bit of a letdown. So hopefully this is a bit better. So yeah, okay. So yeah, but both going with Brock Lesnar for the win. So yeah, we haven't disagreed in many matches. I think have we disagreed in any matches? I don't think we have. No.
I think there might have been one that we disagreed on, but I can't think about what it is. Maybe is it just the predictable? It's not, is it? I mean, we were saying that it was quite unpredictable some matches, so I don't know.
No, we've agreed on every single match. Oh, how boring. well,
I don't think it's going to change for this match, is it? Is it?
Oh. Okay, well, moving on to the main event. Oh my goodness. Okay, so yes, we have a singles match for the undisputed Universal Championship. Wow. Yes, we have the Tribal Chief, the head of the table, Roman Reigns, going up against Logan Paul. Oh my goodness. So when this match got announced, I was like, I think all of us were like, what? Are you serious? What? Logan Paul in his third match is going up against Roman. Are you what? It's absolutely nuts. And I get he's a big celebrity, and yeah, to be fair to Logan, he can wrestle. He had a very good match with The Miz at SummerSlam and the tag team match at WrestleMania. But to go up against Roman in his third match is just insane. For the belts too. I mean, oh, so yeah. Despite what everyone's saying about this, I think the match is going to be a decent because, like I said, Logan can wrestle, and I'm sure Logan and Roman are working together to rehearse the match and get the spots right and make sure it's good. And yeah, I've enjoyed the build a little bit, I guess. Logan saying he knows he's the massive underdog, but all he needs is one lucky shot, and he could pin Roman Reigns. No, no, you won't, Logan. Um, yeah. I'll start with this one. Um, Roman Reigns, 100%. Yeah, he's gonna. This should be a squash, really. I mean, I think it will be a squash. I think Roman's gonna batter Logan all over the ring, and maybe every now and then Logan gets some offense in, and maybe at one point he gets on top and he gets that punch and he hits his frog splash, and there's like a big OMG, oh my god, but there's a near fall, and yeah, Roman Reigns to definitely retain because could you imagine if Logan did win? Oh my god, just imagine that it would be. I think it would definitely be the most shocking result in WWE history, like bar none. More than Jinder beating Randy a few years back. This would be like, oh my god, but it's not happening. The only reason this match is happening is because apparently the Crown Prince of Saudi is a big Logan Paul fan, and it's like a big special event, isn't it? So yeah. Um, Callum, who have you got?
The Crown Prince. Anyway, sorry. So yeah, it has to be Roman Reigns. There's no way that it can be anybody else. I mean, Austin Theory's still around. Maybe they'll bring him out for his customary pay-per-view match where he gets knocked out by somebody else who tries to cash in. No. I feel like Logan Paul will hit his frog splash. He'll get a cheeky roll up or something, but he might get a really close 2 count. But there's no way that Logan is going to beat Roman Reigns. But then it just makes me think. Then who like if they were bringing The Rock back, it's going to be November. We're only 6 months out from WrestleMania. A build for Roman versus The Rock should have been started by now. Could The Rock come out in Saudi Arabia?
Well, I think The Rock and Roman only needs a few months, so I think we could build to that maybe at the Rumble. But we'll if we get we'll get
on the big stage, millions of dollars to The Rock, even though he doesn't need it, to come out and say, I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, it's definitely not going to be Logan Paul. out of probably all the pay-per-view defenses or defenses in general Roman's had for the belt, this is the one I would expect him to win the most. Logan's third match. I mean, I'm sure it'll be good. Logan is a good wrestler, maybe one day, but not today. Not next week.
It is, when you think about it, though, what Logan and Jake are doing. They're both taking over combat sports. Logan's facing Roman in his third match. That's mad. Jake Paul tonight is boxing a UFC legend in Anderson Silva. So Jake's got his boxing, taking over boxing, and Logan's, well, not taking over WWE, but making big waves, like I said, because it's only his third match, which is insane. I didn't make it. Only 2 other people I think have had title matches this early. Ronda Rousey had a match with Alexa Bliss, I think her second match in 2018, and Cain Velasquez, his one and only match was a title match with Brock. So yeah, but Logan's in that group now with getting a title match so quickly, and yeah, it is a bit of a slap in the face, I think, to all these wrestlers who work so hard to get these title matches. They grind away for years, and just because Logan's a big celebrity, he gets it in this third match. It is a bit, not a fan of that, but whatever. It should be a big spectacle, and I'm sure Logan it'll be a decent match. But yeah, like we've both said, Roman Reigns is definitely not dropping the belts to Logan Paul. Absolutely, never. Oh no, he's winning. Okay. So yeah, that is it. That is it, guys, for our. Oh, hopefully I should got this cough, dude. Jesus Christ. Ooh, that is it for our round. Callum.
Right. Yeah, I mean, we usually kind of say if there could be any more matches, but I think since there's already 7, I think there is going to be any more. But I mean, there is Seth and Mustafa Ali for the US title, and there is Rey Mysterio and Gunther for the IC title. But I doubt they're going to be added unless it's a pre-show match and there's one of them. But I reckon it'll probably be on. They'll be on a Raw or SmackDown. But yeah, I mean, the women's tag belts aren't going to be defended. There's any challenges for those anyway at the moment. So I guess the 7 matches we have will probably be enough, and I think I've given your voice time to recover. So, do you want to finish?
Yeah, thank you, Callum. Yeah, so maybe we'll get Miz and Dexter Loomis, but I think that'll be a Raw match at this point. So yeah. Oh, okay. Well, thank you all for watching, guys. Thank you for joining me once again, Callum. It's been a pleasure. We hope you all enjoy Crown Jewel next Saturday. And yes, we'll be back in not too long because Survivor Series I think is only a few weeks, 3 weeks I think after Crown Jewel. So yeah, me and Callum will be back probably in a week or two. Well, probably mid to late November with our Survivor Series prediction video. Yes, the final pay-per-view of 2022. Woo! Thank you all for watching, guys. We hope you all enjoyed Crown Jewel. Thank you for joining me, Callum, and we will see you all very soon. Bye.